Thank you for watching, and please do share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Welcome, we're thrilled to have you join us on yet another deep dive into the labyrinth of history. Today's topic is a tale that has shaped our world in unimaginable ways: the Palestine-Israel conflict. Your support is what drives our passion for storytelling, allowing us to bring these complex narratives directly to your screens. Remember, every like, share, and subscription plays a crucial role. Now, fasten as we guide you on a journey back in time to an era far preceding our own. We'll be navigating through the centuries, unraveling the root causes of this conflict, its upheaval during the 20th century, and its influence in our modern world. Are ready to undertake this historical expedition? Let's dive in. Have you ever wondered about the origins of the enduring tension between Palestine and Israel? Let's take a step back in time, to an era far removed from our own, where the seeds of this conflict were first sown. Picture the ancient landscapes of the Levant, where the early Jewish and Palestinian settlements laid their roots. These communities, though distinct, shared a common home, a land both beautiful and bountiful. It was a stage set for a narrative that would span millennia. As we trace the footprints of these ancient peoples, we see them intersect with the mighty Roman Empire. The Romans, in their conquest, left an indelible mark on the region. They reshaped its geopolitical contours and influenced its cultural milieu. Yet it was not just the Romans who left their imprint on this land. This area, often referred to as the Holy Land, holds a profound significance for both Judaism and Islam. For Jews, it's the land where their patriarch Abraham settled, and the location of their sacred Temple Mount. For Muslims, it's the site of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, their third holiest site, where they believe Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. This shared, yet contested religious significance has deeply entwined the identities of both Palestinians and Israelis to this land. As we journey through the annals of history, we see how these early settlements evolved, cultures clashed, and narratives diverged. The tension, initially subtle, began to simmer beneath the surface. The interplay of religion, culture, and power dynamics would soon ignite a spark, transforming this tension into a conflict that has echoed through the ages. As we delve further into the timeline, we witness the escalation of this tension into a full-blown conflict. The 20th century marked a turning point in the Palestine-Israel tension. What transpired during this era? This period saw a series of events that significantly fueled the conflict. Starting in the early 1900s, the Balfour Declaration played a pivotal role. Issued in 1917 by the British government, this document expressed support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. This was met with resistance by the Arab majority residing in the region, who viewed this as a betrayal of their rights. The British Mandate for Palestine, a legal commission instituted in the wake of World War I, further complicated matters. It was tasked with administering Palestine and facilitating the establishment of the Jewish national home. However, the dual obligation to both Jewish and Arab communities resulted in a volatile atmosphere that only intensified existing tensions. The aftermath of World War II and the Holocaust in the mid-20th century triggered a significant influx of Jewish immigrants seeking refuge in Palestine. The world, still reeling from the horrors of the Holocaust, was largely sympathetic to the Jewish plight, thereby paving the way for the creation of Israel. In 1948, the State of Israel was officially proclaimed. This marked a monumental shift in the landscape of the conflict. For Jewish people, this was a moment of triumph, a realization of their long-held aspiration for a homeland. However, for Palestinians, this was viewed as al-Nakba, or the catastrophe, a profound loss of land and displacement of people. The formation of Israel set the stage for decades of strife and struggle between the two groups. The 20th century upheaval not only reshaped the geopolitical boundaries, but also shaped the discourse of the conflict that continues to echo into the 21st century. So, how did we arrive at the present-day state of affairs? This question takes us back to the late 20th century, a period marked by crucial events that have shaped the current state of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Six-Day War in June of 1967 was a pivotal moment. This conflict saw Israel significantly expand its territory, seizing the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem. This territorial expansion would become a major point of contention, a catalyst for future conflicts. The Oslo Accords, signed in the early 90s, represented a hope for peace. These agreements facilitated the creation of the Palestinian Authority, granting it limited self-governance within parts of the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. However, the accords fell short of resolving core issues, such as the status of Jerusalem, Israeli settlements, borders, and the right of return for Palestinian refugees. The failure to address these key issues led to two intifadas or uprisings. The first, starting in 1987, was characterized by civil disobedience and protests. The second, which began in 2000, was more violent, with suicide bombings and military operations. These uprisings resulted in heavy casualties on both sides and further deepened the divide. In recent years, the conflict has seen intermittent clashes, with the flashpoints often being Jerusalem and its holy sites. These confrontations have resulted in loss of life, displacement, and heightened tensions. They have also brought international attention to the ongoing struggle and its humanitarian implications. The impact of these events on the lives of individuals in both regions is profound. They have influenced every aspect of daily life, from access to resources and freedom of movement, to personal safety and the right to self-determination. The complexities of the conflict continue to shape the geopolitics of the Middle East and the world. It's a narrative of historical grievances, missed opportunities, and enduring hopes for peace. It's a story that, despite its seemingly intractable nature, continues to evolve, underscoring the need for understanding, dialogue, and resolution. Having explored the timeline of this conflict, let's delve into the human aspect of it. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is not merely a political or territorial dispute. It's a story of human lives, of families and communities deeply affected by decades of strife. The conflict has left an indelible mark on the psyche of the people on both sides, their daily lives often overshadowed by the fear of violence and the uncertainty of their future. The residents of Gaza and the West Bank, living under occupation, face severe restrictions on their movement, their access to resources often controlled, and their homes sometimes demolished. They are subjected to frequent security checks and live in an environment of constant tension. The Israeli citizens, particularly those living near the borders of Gaza and the West Bank, live in fear of rocket attacks, with sirens often disrupting their daily lives. They also bear the brunt of international criticism for their government's policies. The conflict has also affected the younger generation, who have grown up in an atmosphere of fear and hostility. Education is often disrupted, and many children have witnessed violence firsthand. The psychological impact of this conflict on the youth is profound, shaping their perspectives and attitudes towards each other. This human dimension of the conflict often gets lost in the political narratives and the quest for strategic advantage. However, it is these stories of human suffering and resilience that underscore the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution. By understanding the human impact of this conflict, we can better appreciate the need for dialogue, reconciliation, and ultimately, peace. What have we learned from this journey through time? We've traversed the ages, delving into the ancient roots of the conflict between Palestine and Israel. A complex and entangled narrative that spans centuries, it is marked by key events and turning points that have shaped the course of their shared history. In the 20th century, the upheaval was significant. The world witnessed a series of events that escalated the tension, adding layers of complexity to an already intricate situation. The landscape of the conflict shifted and evolved, leading us to the modern conflict we are familiar with today. This contemporary conflict is a reflection of past trials, tribulations, and unresolved issues. It's a tapestry woven from threads of historical grievances, political maneuvering, and social unrest, culminating in the current state of affairs we see today. The tension between Palestine and Israel is not merely a dispute over land or governance. It's a testament to the enduring power of history and the lasting impact of unresolved issues. It's a complex narrative that continues to unfold, shaping the lives of millions. While the tension between Palestine and Israel continues, understanding the history of this conflict is crucial for any meaningful dialogue towards peace. In the face of such a complex and enduring conflict, what can we do as individuals? Knowledge is power. By understanding the history, the key events, and the perspectives involved in the Israel-Palestine conflict, we can engage in informed discussions and contribute to peace-building efforts in whatever small ways we can. We can also raise awareness about the situation, using our platforms to educate others and promote understanding. As we the end of our journey through this complex narrative, I want to encourage you to continue exploring, questioning, and learning. With every new piece of information you uncover, you contribute to a more nuanced understanding of the world. As we conclude this video, I want to say thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful and informative, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more insightful content. Together we can make a difference, one story at a time.